Hello everyone, I'm Freaky and welcome to the video. My friend, I like the game Minecraft and I've been playing it for quite a long time. And funnily enough, when I first saw Minecraft, my sister was the one who introduced me to Minecraft. And when I was watching her playing it, I was like, okay, so what's the point of this game? I mean, all she was doing was punching a tree or she was doing something on the crafting table. And to be honest, when I first saw it, I just thought it seemed a bit, unappealing to me. Because I was mostly about action and adventure and stories and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought the game looked absolutely boring. And over the years, some people says, oh, I'm gonna go and play Minecraft, or oh, Minecraft's a fun game. So I felt a peer pressure and I decided to play some Minecraft. And I'm telling you guys, I was not good at it at all whatsoever at first. Because when I finally figured out what I had to do, surviving and why I needed the bed and I needed to seek shelter and all that stuff, I finally got down to what I needed to do. And slowly but surely, I figured out I could make a farm, I figured out all the stuff that I needed to survive, like eating, capturing animals, like the chicken, the cow, the pig, the sheep. And before I did that, I made myself a little house. And I would always take constant care to sleep when it got dark. And then I find out that coal can help a lot. And I figured out how to use the torch and why torches are needed. And yeah, that's it. The majority of the time, when I did my first Minecraft adventure, it was just me trying to make a house, capture animals for food, make a little farm, get some coal, and get some torches, and I went down to the mines or going underground in general. And when I finally figured out on what I need to survive going down underground, because I needed a lot of torches, I need plenty of food, and I made sure to get some really good armor, which at the time I only ever knew about the iron armor, and there was a few other items. I mean, I didn't know every single thing about Minecraft when I first started playing it, like how to get the horse, how to get train tracks. I didn't know how everything worked in Minecraft. And basically, the main adventure of my first Minecraft game was just me going down in underground, just mining stuff and fighting off zombies and creepers and all sorts of stuff down there. And there was the lava. I had to be really careful with that. And yeah, that was basically it. And you wanna know something? I absolutely enjoyed going down underground and trying to mine stuff. There was that red powder stuff, there was the gold, and I got excited every single time I found diamonds. For me, mining was so much fun. It was just a big massive adventure to me, and that was basically it. I didn't get any further than that. I didn't go fight the dragon or found a village or a mansion or anything like that. That was basically it. And again, I really did enjoy mining, and that was basically it when it came to that game. And over the years, when I played a new game and a new one and a new one and a new one, a new world after that, a new world after that, I built up my knowledge on how to play Minecraft, like what I can build, what I can find, and trying to beat the Nether, and there was trying to defeat the dragon, and there was the Wither, and it's fun. It's a really fun game, which is why I made this video today. I'm going to be giving you guys things I love about Minecraft, and if your favorite thing isn't on this list, don't worry, because it's going to be my opinion. So, without further ado, let's resume with the list. Raiding the Ocean Monument, the Mansion, and the End City, especially the End City. Now, when it came to the Ocean Monument, I think it's more challenging in the Ocean Monument than it is raiding the Mansion, because you got to be careful on your air supply, you've got to be careful with the Guardians and the Elder Guardians, and the Ocean Monument is just so freaking, well, it's a maze, but at the same time it's just so relaxing, if that makes sense. And you know what, I would always look forward to finding the sponges, and when it comes to the Mansion, I mean, this place is already a home for you to go and live in if you wanted to. But to be fair, I've never actually done that, because it would have been a big massive pain in the backside to gather every single thing that I own and take it all the way to the mansion. And the Woodland Mansion has many surprises. It has secret rooms, it's got the raiders. I mean, the first time I didn't like them because they were so hard to beat, but once you got the hang of it, they're very easy to deal with. And now recently, these mansions also house the alleys in the prison section of the mansion, so that's neat. And I think my favourite secret room is the secret room where it hides the diamond surrounded by lava. I mean, that's a very, very neat design. And I really should use the mansions more. Again, it's an already built house, and you could use it if you wanted to. And there's the End City. Now, this is possibly the most dangerous place in Minecraft besides from the Nether, because if you was to fall from the platforms, you're going to end up losing all your gear. But once you find a city, it's a freaking treasure trove, depending on the city, because you can get the shulker boxes from those mods, which to be fair, they are fun, but they're very, very dangerous as well, if you're not prepared, because once they shoot you, that you go up, and after so long, you fall to the ground and die. But the boxes that you get from these monsters are very, very useful. You can put stuff in it, and you can put the box inside of another box while your stuff is in it. It's very useful when you want to carry as much stuff as you need or want, and they're a fun monster to fight against. There's also the treasure. You can find all sorts of things, swords, armor, and if you're lucky, End City can also have a ship, which houses not only treasure, but also a dragon's head and the Elytra. And the Elytra helps you fly if you've got some fireworks on hand. So yeah, the End City is my favourite place to raid. The monsters are fun, the treasure's worth it. The only problem I have with the End City is that you have to go all the way back to the portal and then make your way back all the way back to your base. I just wish there was a portal where you can have a portal back to your home. I mean, we can have another portal and you can have it wherever you want, but we have to go to a portal and you can't move it. I wish we had a movable portal to the End City, but hey, that's my only complaint. Raiding these sort of places is fun in its own way, especially the End City. Now, before I end this segment, yes, there are other places besides from these three that I can raid, but guess what? They're also on this list, so you guys will see in the other segments. And so that said, let's move on to the next one. And the next place I like to go to is the Nether. And I'm going to tell you guys something now. I hated going to the Nether when I first started playing Minecraft, because you've always had to be careful on where you stand. You had to make sure that no one was behind you. You had to be careful not to accidentally fall into the lava. You had to be careful of those hoggling things coming after you. But again, eventually, you did get the hang of it, especially when you got the diamonds. But the first time is hell, because if you wanted to be fireproof, you had to find yourself one of those bouncing slime things, the fire version. And you also had to find a fortress that houses one of those blaze things that has those rods that lets you make all sorts of potions, making you jump higher, going invisible, seeing through the dark, lets you breathe underwater, and most importantly, resistant to fire, especially when you're in the Nether. I'm telling you, you have to be very, 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 very well prepared when you're going into the Nether, because when you're an amateur, it is very, very tough, especially if you don't have the fire resistance. All in all, once you go around a few things and you learn to navigate and know how to deal with these things the first time, it gets easier as you go. In fact, now, I just love the challenge when it comes to fighting things in the Nether, especially now that I can fly. But when I'm not flying and I don't have the Elytra, it is a fun challenge when you want to find some stuff. And like my last segment, there's also things in the Nether that you can also raid, like the Nether Fortress, because this is one of the two places that you need to find first, because these places are the home of the Nether Wart, because these things are very, very important when you want to make potions. But once you've got them and you've got plenty of soul sand, you can grow your own in the outer world. And again, you need to find the blaze. You need to kill a few of those in order to get the rods so you can do your alchemy. These are the three things that you need to find before you do anything else, besides from leaving a trail behind you just in case you get lost. So once you've got the magma slime, the blaze rods, and the Nether Wart, you go back to the outer world and make loads of fire resistance, because once you've got the fire resistance that lasts up to 8 minutes, then there'll be a little bit more resistance to lava if you was to ever fall in, or any fire for that matter. It just makes things a lot more easier. And speaking of easy, you also have to be very well equipped and upgrade all your armor, fully protected, mending, and a level 4 feather fall. That's important. And then once you get the fire resistant, you start making stacks of TNT, and then you go deep underground and do a straight line for as long as you've got TNT. Because when I'm deep underground in the Nether, I like to get myself some netherite, which again is one of my favourite things to do. Because basically, even though mining for netherite is the only thing that you can do down here, because I don't think there's anything else besides from gold or nether quartz or glowstone, there's really nothing else down there to mine. But saying that, I love mining for netherite. For me, it's just more challenging when it comes to mining for netherite, because it's rare. You have to watch out for lava, and you've got to watch out for other mobs. So it is a bit more challenging when it comes to mining. And once you've got that netherite and you put on your armor, it feels so good to know that your precious armor won't burn in the lava, because if you're not carrying that much stuff and all your armor and all your tools have got netherite coated on them, it's just reassuring to know that they won't burn in the lava. And so after when I've done that, got my netherite and got the fire resistance, and you're fully prepared, I like to go fully exploring all over the place. Again, maybe find a nether fortress, or you find bastions where the strong piglins live. And I think there's about 3 or 4 different types of bastions. One houses gold, one houses nether wart, and I'm not sure what the other one does. I think it's just treasure. But you know, it's a fun challenge, and it's so rewarding when you've taken all the gold or whatever treasures you could find. And even though I've already been in a nether fortress, I like to go to different ones to either fight or trying to find some treasure, or try to take the Wither Skeleton's skull either as a trophy or to summon the Wither. And again, to take the blaze rods. This place is really good practice if you want to own your skills to fight enemies. And it isn't just that, I also like exploring the Crimson Forest, the Warp Forest, the Nether Waste, the Soul Sand Valley, and the Basalt And I also like these little things called the Striders, where they can run on lava. They're cute and loads of fun. For me, it's just loads of fun and challenging. I mean, I'm so good at the Nether Fortress that I love hitting the zombified piglin, and when he dies, he calls all his friends, and I'm kicking their ass. And at first, the ghast was also annoying, but once you've got yourself a good bow, they're very easy to take down. So the Nether is hard the first time you go in there, but at the same time, it's very, very fun. And you've got to try and figure out and do some really good timing in order to defeat all these monsters and trying to figure out where everything is. Challenging and fun. I love finding things, raiding all these places. It's all around fun. And so that said, let's move on to the next one. And the next thing I like to do is defeat the raiders on hard mode. And yeah, the first time trying to beat these guys was hard, but after figuring out what you need to do in order to defeat the raid, especially on hard, you can just beat these guys very, very casually. Now, you can either fight them yourselves, or you can make an Iron Golem army to take out these raiders. Now, some people would say that the Summoner is the biggest pain in the backside to defeat, but in my opinion, I think it's the Wizard that's the hardest to beat, because if he splashes you with poison, you've got to be really, really careful. And when it comes to the Summoner, if you're all prepared and you've got the strongest armor, then you can beat them with ease. And funnily enough, I captured, I think, about 4 or 5 of their beasts that they ride on sometimes. And I kept them as pets. And you know what? I really wish we could tame these things. So while you're riding them, they will take care of the zombies or skeletons all over. That'd be fun. And I'm telling you guys something. After fighting these guys for a very long time, on hard mode, it's became really, really easy for me. And I've got loads of those revival things that the summoners drop. I mean, it's ironic that they die, and they so happen to drop something that's supposed to bring you back to life. I mean, that's just funny. So yeah, I get emeralds, I get armor and weapons to melt down. Sometimes I get books, sometimes I get other things. But most importantly, I get those things that revive you if you was to ever die. Those things are very, very useful. And I've got like 2 chests of these things. And you know what? I hope in the future that Minecraft will upgrade these things and make it a little bit harder to defeat them. I just love the challenge of fighting these things. And I love the rewards. So yeah, that's what I like about the raids. It's challenging and it rewards you. And if you want to, you can also try to keep those beast things that they ride in with. Loads of fun. And so that said, let's resume to the next one. And the next thing is collecting stuff. Or more specifically, collecting rare stuff. Now, when it comes to Minecraft, I'm more of the adventure type and discovering new things type. I'm not a builder unless I absolutely need to build something. I'm more an adventurer, treasure hunter sort of person. And collecting all sorts of stuff, especially rare stuff, is really, really fun for me. I mean, yeah, Minecraft is mostly for building stuff, but I'm more of an adventurer, treasure hunter, collector, fighter sort of player. And you know what? It's absolutely satisfying when you've achieved something or beaten something or found something, especially if it's a rare item like the dragon's egg. I mean, yeah, the egg is an obvious thing and you know where to find it, but it's so satisfying when you finally defeated the dragon and you get to keep its egg if you want to. There's that beacon that shoots out beams, and to obtain this you have to defeat the Wither. And I'm telling you guys something, it is hard to try and defeat the Wither unless you're really, really crafty and just let the golems beat them. There's the heads you can collect. There's the skeleton head, the zombie head, the creeper head, the wither skeleton head, and I think there's also the goat's head that you can get. At the very least, I think so. And of course, there's also the enchanted apple. The enchanted apple is very, very rare. There's the wither rose, and if I was to ever find something or earn something that is rare, I would put up on display. And you've got to be patient, you've got to have the skills. I just love collecting stuff. It's one of those fun things that I like to do. And speaking of collecting things, let's move on to the next one. And the next one is collecting animals or mobs. Now, this one's an obvious one, especially if you want to collect animals for food, because you know that's one of the things that you need to do if you want to survive. You know, like the sheep, the cow, the pig, the chicken, and farms like that are very, very important, especially if you need food, which is why we breed them and put them in enclosed spaces. With the cow, it's usually the meat and the skins. With the pig, it's the meat. With the chicken, it's the feathers, the meat, and the eggs. I mean, you would have thought Minecraft would have let you make omelets and eat them. Anyways, sometimes cracking an egg, a chicken egg, brings out another chicken. So that's another way of getting a chicken, besides from breeding them. And of course, there's the sheep. Sheep with white wool, sheep with grey wool, sheep with black wool, sheep with brown wool, and of course, the meat. Farm animals are very, very useful when you want to make something out of the skins, or you want to make something out of the wool, or just want to cook them and eat them. That's all well and good. But those aren't the only animals that I collect. Like, there are loads of animals and mobs in Minecraft. There's the wolf, there's the cat, there's the lynx, the fox, white and orange. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention that you can either have a wolf that's feral, or if you have a bone, you can tame it to be a dog, which to most Minecraft players now And the thing is with the fox, the cat, and the wolf or dog is that you can tame these things. The same with a donkey, a horse, and one or two more animals that can be tamed. At first it was usually the farm animals that I got, for the obvious stuff. But then I started collecting other animals that wasn't very useful, but I just wanted them anyways. And I got all sorts of animals. The obvious farm animals, the cow, the pig, the chicken, the sheep with all colours. There was the llama, the horse, the donkey, the mule, and just recently, the goat as well. The two varying foxes, and just recently, the 3 types of frogs. There was the lynx, the all 4 variants of the parrot, or was it 5? Anyways, I got myself the bees and the axolotl, all of its variants. And you know what? I've got loads of iron golems and snow golems as well. But I don't just have those sort of animals, I've also got rare animals as well. There was the red and brown mushrooms, there was the blue axolotl, there's the brown panda, I've got 2 skeleton horses. I still need to find the screaming goat though. I got the dragon's egg. Okay, technically it's not a mob, but hey, it's still a dragon egg. And of course, there's the pink sheep. I've got one of those raider beast thingies. I've got loads of LA, those blue angel things. And I've got loads of those things that you ride on in the nether. And I've also got a spider. Yeah, I'm still looking for a poisonous spider for my collection. Oh, and I've also got the polar bear as well. Yeah, there are 1 or 2 animals that I still need to find. Again, the poisonous spider and the screaming goat and the phantom. And I still need to figure out a way how to capture the warden. But hey, it's a challenge. Oh yeah, I'm also thinking of getting the bat, if I can try and lead them all the way back to my base, because that in itself is going to be a huge task. I swear, why can't we just have a net to capture these damn things? Oh, and there's like 2 other animals I need to find. Those things that come out of gravel, and 2 other creatures from the end. That Shugglebox and the new mod. I can't remember what it was called, but I'm going to see if I can try and find it. Oh, also, I'm going to be making an aquarium as well, and it's going to have river fish and tropical fish. And you know what, I might even put in a few jellyfish, the sparkly ones and the normal ones, and maybe a dolphin. You know what? I'll try and see if I can get every single mod. That would have been better than me saying that, oh, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this. Anyways, when you put in so much effort to try and find these things, or capture these things, and make a little area for them, for me, it's just so satisfying to see that I've got myself a little zoo, and it took me ages to try and find these things. Well, you know what they say, you just gotta catch them all. But now, it's not just animals that I'm trying to capture, it's also the deadly mods I'm trying to capture. The zombie, the skeleton, the creeper. I mean, my god, the creeper's going to be hard to capture. The wither skeleton, the witch. But hey, it's a challenge. I'm also trying to find the skeleton jockey. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can try and find every single mob in the game and keep them as pets. I mean, yeah, there are some that I can't get, like the dragon, and the oglins turn into og zombies. But hey, it's all about fun and challenging. Just like collecting items, I love collecting animals and aggressive animals and even dangerous mobs. So we'll have to wait and see until the day I can capture a warden. So yeah, well, that's then done. Let's move on to the next one. Now the next one will be a shock to some people, but I love farming. Yep, you guys heard me right. I love farming. Now there's some people, this is a big massive pain in the backside for them. Like if they run out of food and they have to collect the meat, they've got to collect the fruits and vegetables. Some people don't like this. Picking the food, then replanting the seeds, and then waiting for the food to grow again. But I do like farming and gardening. I like growing the plants and putting the seeds back in again. To me, farming is just relaxing. Like when you're trying to build something or you're trying to defeat an enemy or something. I mean, that's all well and good. But sometimes you just want to relax and just do some gardening. Collect the food, either put into storage or give it to the farmers or give it to the animals. Then replant them to grow even more food or other things that you need, like paper. Okay, you don't grow paper, but it's those things that you get down the lake or the stream. Not just for the vegetables or the other things that you don't eat, but the things you grow but not eat. It's also collecting food from the cows, the pigs, the chickens, the sheep, that sort of thing. And then you breed the animals so they can grow up so you can eat them. Now, some people would make automatic farms so you don't have to go through that big massive pain in the backside of collecting them and replanting them and they grow again. And yeah, I know there are farms that does this. So the farm will do all the work and you can just sit back and relax. But for me, every once in a while, I do like collecting the food and replanting them. Yeah, it can be a pain in the backside sometimes, because once you're digging them up and they go everywhere, you have to go back and pick them up because you missed one of the seeds or the wheat or something. But yeah, it is a relaxing thing to do, especially if you want to just relax in Minecraft and just get some food casually, or getting some flowers, or getting some trees, or getting some meat from the animals, or wool, etc, etc, etc. I just really love farming and gardening. And so with that said, let's move on to the next one. And the final one I like to do in Minecraft is mining. Now, before I got the Elytra, or going on foot to other biomes, or going into the nether, or the end, or building my village, the one thing I love to do, especially at the beginning of the game, when you've got a new world, the one thing I love to do is mining. Now, when it comes to a new game, you want to collect everything, you want to get your armor up to date, you want to go to the nether and get your rods and nether wart and stuff like that. You want to find animals to build your farm, your food, etc, etc. But once you've got all that, and you've got everything that you need, and there's really no reason for you to go back into the mines, because basically you've got everything, there really is no need for you to go back into the mines to go and get stuff. Now recently, we have got the ancient city, and yeah, that's one of the reasons to go back down there and see if you can try and find one. But in the beginning, when you just start up in your new world, and you've got all the essentials, for me, I just love the adventure when you're going down underground trying to find all sorts of stuff. Yeah, there's mining for coal, mining for iron, redstone, that bluestone, maybe an emerald there or two, and there's obviously the diamonds as well. All that is well and good, because you need all that stuff to create things and build things, and obviously you need coal. I just love how deeper and deeper you go to try and find new stuff. Now today we've got the ancient city, we've got that cavern stuff where you can find axolotls, and we've also got those wide open space caves. But in the beginning we didn't have any of the stuff. All it was just the mining of going down all these dark tunnels, trying to mine for diamonds and iron and all that stuff. And sometimes you would come across mine shafts, like proper ones, where the wood is lifting up the dirt, and they've got one of those hallways that have tracks. There was all sorts down there. A bit of treasure there, some wood there. There was some really useful stuff down in the mines. And if you're really lucky, you can also find the underground dungeons. You know, that place where you can find the portal in order to fight the dragon. And to be fair, there's really nothing down there other than the portal and one or two libraries and a chest there too. And I'm telling you guys something, it is an absolute maze down there. Sometimes you can get lost, but that's part of the fun. But at the very least, you found yourself one. And yeah, those were the only things at the time that Minecraft had. But in recent times, we've got even more stuff when it comes to mining. And one of those things is the wide open caves, which in my opinion looks absolutely fantastic. And you can even go further down now. I mean, at one point you can only go down so far, but now Minecraft has made it so you can go down even further when it comes to digging down or finding pathways that let you go down even further. And thanks to all these caves, it's much easier to find diamonds now. And it is nice to have wide open spaces while underground. Yeah, when it came to mining, it was a little bit cramped, but now we've got wide open space caves. And again, it makes it much more easier to find iron, there's coal, redstone, diamonds, etc, etc. And these sort of places are useful when you want to fight the weather. I just love the fact that there's wide open spaces. These caves are really, really nice, especially when you've got the potion that lets you see in the dark. But there's also another place that's even more beautiful than the caves. There is also the lush caves. And once you've had a potion of seeing in the dark, depending on the lush caves, the big lush caves looks really, really beautiful. There are greens everywhere, lots of clay, little bodies of water, flowers, glow fruit, a few flowers there and there, and most importantly, the axolotl. Yeah, the lush caves are the home of axolotl. The lush caves really, really does stand out because usually it's very grey or there's lava, but when it comes to the lush caves, it just absolutely stuns me. For me, it's just so nice to see some greenery in the caves. It really does stand out, and again, it is really, really beautiful. You can come down here for the clay, the plants, and most importantly, the axolotl. I mean, yeah, the axolotl doesn't really do that much, but I just like keeping them as pets, especially if they're the blue one, which is the rarest axolotl. It's just all around great for me. And we come to the ancient city. Now, the ancient city is new, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first came into this place, I was scared because I had to be really, really careful and make sure I didn't disturb those shuckle thingies that alerts the warden. And the warden is the hardest thing to defeat within the game. Well, he's the strongest mod in the game anyways. And thankfully, I haven't come across him yet because I was always careful not to make any sound when I'm around these things. And when I came across my first ancient city, I was going around trying to get rid of all those things that alerts the warden. And yeah, there are some things in the ancient city you can use. Or if you want to, you can rebuild it if you like. I mean, yeah, it's no the end city where you've got like loads of treasure. But when it comes to the ancient city, there is loads of potential here. And there is a few mysteries here. Like, what's that big massive portal ring thing in the centre of the city? Or where did the warden come from? And yeah, it is a chore to get rid of all that green stuff that's all over this place, especially when you have to sneak around and make sure you don't alert the warden. But again, I do see the potential of the ancient city. I mean, who knows? Maybe that big round thing at the centre of the city might be a portal and there might be another dimension to cross. We've got the nether, we've got the end. So who knows, maybe there might be another dimension that they're working on. And you know what? I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I do love mining and discovering things and finding all these places and mining for stuff. I just love the discovery and the adventure. And this is something I don't think the End or the Nether can beat when it comes to mining in the Outer World. But I think the Nether comes in second when it comes to adventuring and mining. There's just so much discovery when it comes to mining in the Outer World. And you know what? If you ask me, I think they should put something underground in the Nether. Something like we got with the Ancient City or the Lush Caves and the mines and stuff like that. Yeah, the End is basically treasure and your reward for defeating the dragon. The Nether is the place where you can fight and have more dangerous adventures. But when it comes to the Outer Worlds of adventure and mining, this takes first place. And again, I really wish they would put other stuff underground in the Nether. In my opinion, I think it's a little bit bare when it comes to mining underground in the Nether. I mean, come on, we've got that ancient debris stuff, and you would have thought there would have been like a city or something else down there that would tell us what else was in the Nether. Like, what exactly is this ancient debris? What else lived down there? But hey, that's just me. So yeah, discovering new things, mining in the Outer World is one of my favourite things to do, especially when it's at the beginning of the game. Because once you've collected almost everything, and you don't really need to go down to the underground as much as you needed to, you've just basically got everything that you needed. Unless you've got an underground base, or you want to go back down to the ancient city or something. Because when you have the want, or need to go back into the underground, it's just very, very satisfying when you've found stuff in the beginning of the game, and you find things that you need. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. And listen, I'm not the building type when it comes to Minecraft, unless I need to actually build something, like an enclosure or something that'll help me get iron or XP or gunpowder or something else. Other than that, I'm not really a builder. I wouldn't build big mansions or spend most of my time building stuff, because I am the collector, the raider, the adventure type. I just love discovering things. But if you guys like to build things, then that's perfectly fine with me. I'm not knocking any builders or people that love making things within this game. All I'm saying is that I just love the adventure of finding things, fighting things, collecting things, etc, etc. I'll only build something if it's needed, like enclosures or making a little house, and that's it. Well, that's it for me. Am I right? Am I wrong? Are you the builder type or are you the adventure type? What do you guys like about Minecraft? What's your favourite part of playing Minecraft? Please let me know in the comment section below, and let's get a discussion going. I'm Freaky. Peace out. And please don't forget to check out my other social medias. Please go and check out my alternative video platforms: Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Twitch, and please come and hang out on my Discord server. We can play games, have a movie night or a series night, or you can watch me play a few games. And if you guys have any suggestions of any videos you want me to react to, or any video ideas in general, you can tell me on my Discord. I'm also on Twitter, Gab, Getter, and Paula. I'm on Locals, Tumblr, Minds, and if you guys want to support me, please go and check out my Subscribestar. It's like Patreon, but better. All these things are in the description box below, so please go and check them out and subscribe to them. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out.